I like when you speak that.
They want to come in, they're coming.
You don't get nervous. I get nervous speaking in a group. I hate it. I don't know.
I'll slide it in if I can see something.
You know, come in. You're welcome.
Because I'm going to have that on Washington, so I'll leave it.
We know where to find you. I won't be late.
You know what they say about
Next month.
we got, we do not.
I'm a whole lot.
Friday. Up to Friday.
I see, there it is.
Yes.
Alone in the trenches.
No, the ethics that they sent me, did you complete the ethics? Joe Buddha. The thing with the pain.
Yes.
Like your,
Yes.
did you like the finance?
Yeah. Did you complete the ethics? All right, good. I just want to make sure you guys complete the ethics.
Like I found all the movies. On the education things for this.
What do you want to do? Yeah. Summer readings.
I've heard all the background, all I can think of is it's gonna come from the community.
Know what we're discussing.
I don't want to hear from people.
Yes, yes. Everybody
I
ready?
understand, I appreciate it.
How do we start?
Hi, Susan.
That's one with you. No, it's too late.
But you can take notes for next time.
I wondered about that.
Yeah.
And I.
How is that, you know, it's not, there's, all right, now you're gonna get.
We are gonna call this meeting to order. Let's salute the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm now going to read a statement of adequate notice. In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act 31, adequate notice of this event had been provided as follows. On April 29, 2022, notice was sent to the Home News Tribune, Star Ledger, Union County Local Source, and the clerk of the county court. This is also a no smoking building. By state law, there is no smoking permitted in this building at any time. In addition to the listed item on this agenda, this board may discuss and act upon other items not specifically referred to herein as is allowed at the regular scheduled meeting. Board meeting under the Sunshine Law. Roll call.
Here.
Dr. Molina?
Here.
Florida? Here. Susan?
Here.
Maria? Here. Deanna? No. Danny? No. That one's here.
All right, so the next we're gonna go over is hiring of the webmaster. The last meeting, we had a presentation by the webmaster, and I would,
Sorry, Jim.
You gotta go by
We have to state that the director's here, Vera,
Oh.
and that I'm here as the attorney.
all right,
For the board.
sorry, yes.
Just call my name and I'll say here.
Okay.
You skipped the motion.
Miss yeah, Dr. Lizard, Miss Lizard. That's her name.
I'm here, Jill Lazar, Lazare, and the director Susan, what is her last name?
I always pronounce your name,
Talentone,
Susan Talentone, the board director, library director is here.
And we should mention about the minutes from last.
All right, motion to, I was doing the minutes myself, I didn't complete the minutes, so what I would do is that for this meeting and the next, and this meeting and the last meeting, I will see if I can have them completed before the ending of the June month, the ending of the May month, and I will have them posted.
Can we get a motion to table the,
So we like to table the approval of the minutes until next meeting.
You don't have them yet.
Okay, so you will vote, yeah. We vote on it, roll call, we vote yes.
everyone's in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, continue with the webmaster.
Is there any correspondence? Susan, do you have any new correspondence?
No,
Okay, all right.
well, I do have, it's not really correspondence, but I have a letter for Charlotte here, something for her.
Hey, Michelle.
Is it for the
how you
board?
doing?
Please.
Good day. Okay, zoning board.
Oh,
It is conflict.
Over there.
Yes. So now we want to hire in the next item agenda, number 7.
Share correspondence. didn't you?
Let's share it right to-
Oh, no, you-
Who's in the best?
the-
Survey. Some kind of survey. National Right to Work Committee. Project. Yes.
Project of the National Rights Work Committee, a survey of 2022. I don't even see the survey, and it has a 2022 for the U.S. House of Representatives. Don't see this as anything that looks like we have to address right here, but I would give it back to the secretary, let her review it more carefully, and if there's anything that we have to address, we'll do it at the next meeting.
Okay, so you take this.
It may be what some people would term junk mail.
Okay. Now, yes, we're gonna now go to item number 7 on the agenda, hiring of a webmaster. We had a presentation last meeting for the webmaster. I think we really do need this, so I would like to put it to the vote for us to hire a new webmaster.
Yeah, specifically say who the webmaster is.
What's his name again? Josh, what's the name of the company?
His name was Covered.
Josh?
Scott Weiss.
Just Weiss and his
Kelly,
So, yeah.
Kelly up. All right, okay, so we would like to put to the vote. All in favor of hiring a new webmaster?
we have to make a motion.
We want to do a motion to hire the new webmaster.
I make a motion.
You make.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes,
Any
so
opposed?
any opposed? No, all is in favor.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So
Okay, so
we have
now
hired
we
a
have,
webmaster.
we have hired a new webmaster. Committee reports, treasurer report, do you have anything to say?
I didn't get anything from the, from forensic accounting yet. We have bills to approve for $71,633, but I still have to go through because I just got them.
So what about the backups we have been asking for all this time?
I
Have you
didn't go
gotten it?
through them yet because I just received the checks with the bank.
So we'll look
Susan,
back
in the
tomorrow.
last meeting, and I'm sure we have discussed it more than one occasion, that we would like all the backups because we all have jobs. So we all have jobs. We need time to be able to review the backups before we sign. We have gone over this time and time again. Why is it so difficult for us to get the backups 24, 48 hours before?
Well, because she just does them. We wait until the very last minute to get the very last bill in. And then you want all these sent to you?
Well, we want,
Those are all backups. So there's like 25 pages. You want it all sent to you.
Yes, please.
yes.
Okay.
When we wait and see what's there and then see
Yeah,
if there's anything further that's needed.
Because it's very difficult for us to just be signing. We want to know what we signing before,
You
yes.
have that there, so after she reviews it, see if there's anything more. that's-
Well, that's it. After you review it, if there's anything else more that's needed, please let us know.
Yes.
All right, okay, but could we sign tonight? Could you sign tonight? When is these checks due?
Well, and every board member, place I've ever been to, the
Mhm.
board looks at the checks, they look at that sheet, and they sign the checks. So, and they go out the next day, the very next day after the board meeting. That's
Well,
always the way it's been done.
well, that's not the way we want it done. We want to change it. We want it differently. We want to see the backups before.
Those are the backups.
Or we want to see them before we sign. I understand this is how it's done, maybe here or maybe other places. We are a new board. We want to do it differently, and we would like to get all our backups at least 24 to 48 hours before we come in to sign. And we are not going to change that. That's what this board would like. And anything else?
No.
Yes. So let it be known today in our recording that the board is requesting all backups for meetings 24 to 48 hours before we sign any checks
And who do you want them to go to?
or treasurer.
That's it.
Yes, she will discuss it with me if anything needs to be done. So after today, I would expect the next batch of checks to go out. We will get all our updates 24 to 48 hours before we sign. All right, the next item on the agenda is building and grounds. We are going to table the buildings and grounds discussion until our next meeting. I would like to bring a motion on the floor to table the building and grounds meeting till the next meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Who's going to second it?
I'll second.
Who's second it? All in favor?
All right.
All right. Anyone is not in favor of us tabling it? So the motion passed.
You can do more.
Okay.
If you're going to table.
Okay, there's only one thing though, that before I do a table, in the next meeting, the next issue is Susan. I
Yes,
sent you all the new policies. You got them, right?
Yes.
So you uploaded them do you had any concerns about any of the policies we?
well,
wrote?
some of them, yes. We talked about outside car service and we don't do that. So there's a few things I have to get rid of in the policies.
Well, just let me know what you're gonna get rid of,
Okay,
all right? And then, but
that don't
overall-
pertain to us.
Yes, overall regarding the Chromebooks and everything, they all work fine,
I
right?
hope so. They're not out yet.
Okay,
So,
good. So, okay, the next thing is though, we don't have anything on the agenda for technology. Regarding the,
Policy.
You lost me. I thought we
We
went
had
to buildings-
personnel.
we went to buildings and
Yeah.
grounds, okay.
personnel,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other thing
personnel.
I wanted to discuss, the maintenance, the person, the gentleman,
not back yet.
is not back yet. Okay, all right.
We're supposed to.
Wasn't there some sort of correspondence that came stating that he had more additional sick time, that he would be back
Yes, May 1st,
May 1st? Okay.
which was Sunday, but then he hasn't come back and he called and said that he doesn't know when he's coming back.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
So obviously, we're gonna have to do something with regards to getting a person in here, whether it's a substitute or a permanent. I think right now we should look in the look by way of a substitute to.
do you have someone in the city that I know you had mentioned the last time, you had some city people
Yeah, there are.
who that you could possibly get somebody in here temporary?
Mhm.
we talked seasonal
Yes,
Seasonal,
yeah,
right.
seasonal person, yeah.
yeah.
So do you think you could get someone in here?
I'll get somebody. I'll call tomorrow and we can, have them fill out an application.
That's, and basically,
Can we, if that's the case, can we agree that we're going to hire a seasonal person at tonight's meeting pending, I guess, some sort of interview going forward? Because we can't wait till next month to get the
Yes.
person out.
so, we should pass a vote right now that we could hire a new temporary maintenance, a seasonal maintenance person.
A name to be
Yes, we don't-
provided
yes.
at a later date.
At the next meeting, the name could be provided.
Right, but we can hire her. We all agree that we can put someone on prior to the next meeting, because we do need a maintenance, we need somebody here to help out with maintenance, and if gentleman who's out sick is not going to be returning anytime soon, we certainly need to put somebody in. Hmm? Only temporary person anyway, so if he does come back, we can always say, hey, you know, the permanent guy's back.
Okay, so we'd like to make a motion. You make a motion?
Make a motion.
I'm sorry, before, what about, do we need the RFQs or whatever for that?
No, this is just a seasonal
Yes,
employee.
seasonal.
Didn't we discuss that last meeting that we
Yes,
were?
we did,
That's
yeah.
why,
We did, but nobody, but there was no action taken, no interviews, nobody was set up an interview process.
Well,
so-
you had said in our last meeting that
We
you
had a
would
person,
send
right,
somebody
yeah,
from
but-
the city, yes.
But I, you know.
I know,
still-
I should have
I'm-
followed up with
I should
you,
have submitted
yes. No, I should have
correspondence
follow up with
Yeah.
you, yes. So now, do you need me to follow up with you, or would you?
in. Follow
want
me
it
tomorrow, and I'll make some phone calls, there's a couple, a couple ladies who came looking for, want to work maintenance in the city,
Mhm.
and we didn't have anything, so I told her that, perhaps, in fact, one girl was getting ready to resign. We urged her not to resign because she's a good worker, so thankful that she didn't resign because now she's back to work. And I told the other person who was with her that we could possibly do something at the library.
Okay, all right, so,
I'll send her down. She's a
okay, so,
very nice woman. I think
so
she'll,
before
I
we
think she'll
move
work
on,
out.
and if someone is hired within the month, what is the salary? How many hours? Is this something we discuss now? How is that?
What are Dave's
What's the
Dave's
budget for
hours? She's gonna be substitute for Dave.
I'd have to look at it because they work different hours now to cover for Dave.
So whatever,
So-
whatever his assignment was, I
it would be
think
the
she should,
same, yes.
it should be the same, the same assignment. Dave was part-time, I believe.
Yes, it was part-time. I will send you the hours.
Okay, so I think we need to agree here that
The
we're
same,
gonna,
Hours and
same
pay?
hours.
Same
Um,
hours, same salary, everything?
Yeah, I will know, well, I would say give him the same salary without benefits.
Well, if it's part-time, you don't get.
Well, you
that.
have to go through the union.
Dave had benefits, Dave was getting
He's
benefits.
just getting benefits.
Yeah,
yes.
But if it's seasonal,
Well, see, then you get into the union issues. So do you,
He's seasonal, there's no benefit, he's seasonal. He's not a permanent
I don't know
employee.
anything about seasonal, so I don't know.
I do anything
I'll
else.
talk to Alan Roth tomorrow, I just remind myself to send myself a text.
Yeah, you need to talk
Yeah,
to
I
an
think-
attorney, I think. Yeah.
or.
Send a text to
Why
Alan.
why not your cousin,
Can I see that contract?
right?
So,
Landscaping,
basically,
I don't-
if we can do it, we would like to use the same model or existing model of salary time slot because he's replacing an individual. So we just want to fit it in that same slot.
I don't think he should get the same salary as the
It
person who's
depends.
not here, because how long was that person working here? Like, did
Right.
his salary get boosted up?
Yeah.
Like a starting salary?
What's-
Why don't we start them at the same rate that the public works seasonal rate, we'll say.
Yeah, it's like.
Instead of public works at the Linden City Public Works,
15 something.
yes,
an
15,
hour.
at that, we'll do it at that rate, that's fair. That's what we do, since we
Yeah.
do it there, I don't see.
You'll have
what the
everybody from
problem is.
Public Works wanting to come over here.
Now, will he be hired through the city or through the library?
He'll be hired through the library, but it's just a seasonal position, so
Alright.
I'm gonna call Alan Roth tomorrow and get the details needed,
Which means it's temporary?
temporary, seasonal
So
means temporary.
seasonal means what, in 3 months and
6
then he's
months, they
gone?
usually look to the max.
We usually do them 6 months, and you can also, you can stipulate that as 3 months if you want to, we can stipulate, because we don't know if the other gentleman's coming back, so
I think the max you would have a seasonal is.
you can only keep
before
it
you
6
make
months anyway.
Permanent is 6 months.
6 months?
Okay, so. Anything else?
I would
Maria?
say 3 months, and then if they're working out, extend another 3 months.
That sounds good.
Yeah, because we don't know if this other person's coming back, of what's gonna be a stormy summer.
And there's been, well, the bottom line is that there's been no update and there's no letter, there's no doctor note. So I think maybe more, I mean, you can't talk about it now, but at the next meeting, I think we should talk about it.
Well, we spoke about it in January. We had made a determination then, but we're right back to where we were 5 months later. So right now, what we agreed to do is that we're gonna hire a seasonal employee. And that seasonal employee would be starting at the same rate that the city starts at. We would start him for a 3 months window. If the next person does not come back within that time, we'll extend it to another 3 months, but this is a temporary position that does not pay benefits.
Season doesn't pay benefits.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so this is where we going to right now. Of course, I am sending out the resume for the library director. I sent you a copy of the, yes, of the resume we would be sending out. And I guess on the.
I'm sorry, is
And
that job description or resume?
job description.
Job description.
Yes,
Didn't know
Could you
if we
send
had
that to
received.
us?
I would,
Yeah.
I thought I did, but I'll send you guys.
Yeah, I didn't
I'll
see it.
Do you have-
email it to you guys tomorrow.
Do you have a
Yes.
printed out copy?
No, I don't. I'll send it to you email,
All right.
you know, but it's, tell me what you guys think about it when you see it. There's nothing else right now on the, oh, there's only other one thing that I'd like to discuss on personnel, Susan,
Yes.
regarding. I would like to change the answering machine.
The what?
Oh, Mr. Mayor, should we leave the voice in the answering machine the way it is, or should we wait until we get a new director?
I think it's been,
Recorded.
it's been changed.
Whose voice is on it?
I think Teresa changed it.
But it wasn't approved. Why are you guys doing?
Well, you don't
stuff?
have to approve a answering
Yeah,
machine
but
message.
I want the director's voice on it. Could you put it with your voice, please?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
change it with your voice. I want the director's voice on the answering machine. And would you change it tomorrow, please?
I won't be here tomorrow, but
All
I'll
right, would you
change it when I
on
get here.
Wednesday? On Wednesday, I want your voice on the answering machine. No, I guess, is there anything else on personnel that anyone would like to discuss? So we don't have anything on policy, anything on policies and technology. The next is the director's report.
Okay, let's see.
I'm sorry, can I go back to the agenda? It says discuss reorganization. What does that mean?
Well, there's certain stuff that I think, I think we need to do because of the fact that we're getting a new director. One of the things that this is, I'm just one vote, but I believe that we need not only a director, but an assistant director. The reason why we need an assistant director, because we don't want to be right back where we are now with a director resigning and we don't have somebody with the skill set to assume the position. So if we have an assistant director, that will also help. So we would not have to worry about people who do not have the right qualification assuming the role of leadership. The second thing that I also want done is that I think we need a technology department. We need a technology department because there's a lot of stuff, like for example, most of our personnel files and everything is in hard copy. And when we go at times, we went to look at certain personnel file and documents are missing. So
But wasn't that when we had the presentation, that guy, he said that
he
he
said,
was gonna
yeah,
be.
but we still would need, I think we don't have any technology in our library. Even if we have to just get one person in the technology department, I think this is the direction most libraries are going. So we should be on the same path to how the future library should look like. Anything else?
How much
Those
would
are the
it,
bullet points, I'm sorry.
Yes.
how much was with the assistant director?
Yeah.
Well,
Like, what is the salary and how many hours? And
we're looking for assistant director and I discussed it. I discussed it with Miss Maria to be our assistant director if you want. She's right here. Can we?
Sure. I don't,
Of course, she knows if she becomes assistant director, she would not be at the board. But I discussed it because I believe that if she is the assistant director, we could have a better relationship with our school system. When it comes to merging some of the programs we do for the library with our K-12 education. So I discussed it with her. Not only that, out of respect, because she has the qualifications to be considered. And even though she turns it down, I think out of respect for her, we should let her, give her an opportunity to either accept or not. I wouldn't like to have a master's degree in library science and there's an opening and nobody, I'm just totally ignored. So out of respect, I think we should respect our colleague here.
Thank you.
and give her the
Appreciate that.
opportunity. Right? The next item on the agenda right now would be policies. Susan went over the policies and she said she's gonna make whatever changes and get back to us. Technology, I still do believe we need a technology department, and go back to director's report.
Okay, well, let's see. The New Jersey State report's been finished and submitted. The forensic auditor was here April 25th and 26th. Everything seemed to go smoothly. I did attach with everybody the circulation items and circulation for from January to April 29th. And how many new borrowers we have, and we have 1,536 new borrowers, which I think is fabulous. So, and the circulation just keeps going up and up and up, so that's a really good thing. People are coming back to the library, and that's really what we want. We talked about the seasonal, and the 2 full-time maintenance guys have been working overtime to fill in the gap. The art bifold downstairs is gonna come down. It would be nice to have just an open area, and maybe we could get some hanging upstairs on the 2nd floor all around for art at one point, and that's for the next director to figure out, but these are just ideas. And we could put new artists up every month and even have the children do their artwork, like the 5th graders 1 month, 6th graders the next month, and it would be colorful upstairs, so add some life up there. The electronic sign, if you notice, has been installed in the front of the library, and we wanted to be able to say, come to our board meeting tonight, but we couldn't get the guy on the phone because he forgot to give us the password to get into it. So, and he didn't answer his phone today, so we'll figure it out for next time. The Garden State Joint Insurance Fund Inspector was here on Friday. And we went around with him and we did all his changes that he asked for. And then there was other issues, I think, with the city. I spoke to Stuart from Library Interiors, and since he did the original design in the library, he's familiar with the layout. I sent him schematics of all the floors, and he's gonna get back to me next week with coming through and looking it over. So,
Yes, when he does come, would you let me know?
no, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Then I have a recommendation for personnel. The children's librarian really could use help. And I would really like to have a full-time or even a part-time young adult librarian to help her, especially for the summer, would be great. And a part-time program coordinator, because the library, which I think is absolutely amazing, has managed to get a ton of grants, which is so unusual because most libraries only get 1 or 2. They must have like a list of 10 grants that these people have received. So we need somebody to coordinate.
Summer librarian and what else now?
A program coordinator,
Program, part-time program coordinator.
yes.
And what would be the, I guess, the qualification?
They would need a degree,
Just like a college student or something?
no.
No.
Like somebody who has a little public relations, maybe experience, that kind of thing.
Well, I don't tend to disagree. I think we need a librarian with a master's degree. And Mr. Mayor, I also believe, because we're looking for a new director who may be taking the library in a completely new direction, I think we should wait for hiring to be done under the new director. Because you don't want, you want to be able, they need to be able to click. You know, they need to be able to click and work together.
You might be able to get somebody from the school.
These are summer librarian, part-time.
As long as it's just summer,
These are just summer, just a part-time
Yeah.
summer librarian,
You might
part-time.
be able to get it.
as long as it is
Library.
just summer.
Yeah.
And then when we get a new librarian, we could, as long as we get a new director, this is a temporary position and I
You need a part-time summer, it's a summer librarian, right?
No, well, I wasn't thinking that way. I was thinking just getting a 20-hour permanent
No.
program
No.
coordinator. Like at my town,
What about the summer librarian, is that permanent too?
there is no summer library.
I think we're looking for.
It's a young adult.
young adult
You said-
librarian.
you said-
That's somebody
to help with the kids.
But-
Okay,
Yes,
so there's
help with the
opposite.
kids in the summer.
The
Okay.
young adult is a
Just the
genre
summer.
No, for good,
Oh,
classification.
for good, okay.
especially to help in
Oh,
the
these are
summer.
permanent positions. you're
That's
talking
like
about.
Yes.
Okay, now I understand, okay.
Yes.
So if permanent positions, then you in fact, you could be right, because it's.
I do not want to hire
permanent, right?
anyone until I get a new director who would be able to hire who they
Right.
want to
These are permanent
hire.
part-time
Yes,
positions, okay,
I am
gotcha.
I have to interject here again, sorry, but, so a YA librarian is very specific, and YA stands for young adult. They have a specific audience, which we need, and Ginger has done a fantastic job.
Oh,
and
wow.
everybody
she's
here.
amazing. I think she
Beyond.
is.
Beyond, and a program coordinator is also different.
Yes.
The we need somebody to, summertime is when all the kids have their summer reading and the different activities you have lined up. You need someone else in place to support. So we don't know how long, I mean, this is my opinion, we don't know how long it's going to take to find a qualified new director. If you're waiting to do that and bring in, you're gonna miss the summer when we need the extra help. So I would say maybe hire on a temporary basis. And then if they do or do not click, then you can say that person can now be,
Okay,
Right, you
have
can
we
hire
advertised,
someone.
have we advertised it yet?
no, we're just
No,
discussing it now.
Yes, so
Is that-
yes.
Well, what you could do, I know maybe you don't want to, but you could go to Pro Libre, any of those places, and get somebody temporary like you got me, just for the summer to help out for 20 hours.
Okay.
Well,
That sounds like a really good
yeah, that
idea.
may be
Yeah.
because it will be just
You might-
temporary until we get a library or new director who hires their staff.
Gotcha.
You want to have the supports in place
Yes.
for students. I know you have something kicking off in June.
Yeah, we have a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I sent all that, we have an amazing amount of
And that's
programs.
a public library program. So if you check every town, that's what, right? So you need the support in place. So waiting until the summer is too late. We need
Maybe somebody
So we're
now,
not gonna do this
yeah.
right away, okay, gotcha.
So would they be supporting the children's program or you're talking young adult?
It's drumming up, so we essentially could lose, I mean, again, the audience that you want to continue fostering the love of reading, and that's teenagers. So a YA librarian works more specifically, they speak a whole other different language than a children's librarian. So you need that, and we've been missing one for a long time.
But if we need both for the summer,
Well,
would
she's
they be
here,
able to
Ginger is here.
cross?
No, we
cross
just,
that
can't- what do you mean both for the summer?
Program
Like
coordinator.
you said, you needed, like, the children's library needed help.
Yes, well, that would be
And
the
now
young
the summer
adult.
programs are
So-
coming and we don't have a YA.
That's, well,
so-
see, the YA would help children.
They would help the
So
children.
they would work together.
Okay, okay, so we wouldn't
because-
need,
Goes
two
hand
different
in hand.
people.
They need
It
two
could be
different
one.
people. The program coordinator could be a retired person who lives in the town and just happens to love, organizing and getting programs to the library and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be anybody, it doesn't have to be a librarian. It could be somebody just
And how many hours is it a week?
Well, I'll tell you, in my town at Whippany, I am a 3-hour program coordinator for my library. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of work to try and find people to come to all the programs, and it's just 3 hours. So I would say 20, with all the grants that you have, at least 20 hours.
Well, yeah.
and what would we need, how many hours for a young adult?
Young adult, I would love a full timer, but for the summer, if we just did it as a temporary, 20 hours would be, and they'd work it out with,
It's gonna be seasonal then.
Yeah.
And that young adult librarian would help the children's library also.
Yeah. because the programs are kind of intertwined with each other, so.
Program coordinator, not.
Okay, all right.
She said
Okay,
the program coordinator tonight.
yes. So
This was not in.
seeing that this is seeing that we need to hire these people, I would like to put a motion on the floor that for us to hire a seasonal or temporary program director and a 10
No, it's a
or
program.
think we
program
want to
coordinator.
get
Yes,
resumes.
program coordinator. We want resumes for the program coordinator as well as the
Part-time summer library.
part-time summer librarian,
Young adult.
Yeah.
young adult.
So,
We would like resumes for those two positions.
From the same agency?
Yeah, from Pro Libre, I'll talk to Margaret tomorrow.
Okay, talk to
And see if we
Margaret.
could get two people in here, but they have to know they're seasonal until we get.
Well,
a-
yeah, temporary, that's all they
Temporary.
do is.
We need to get motions.
All right, so I'd like to put a motion on the floor to hire these two
Get the
temporaries, to get resumes for these two positions. You guys are aware of the positions. One is a part-time 20-hour program coordinator, and the next one is a part-time young adult librarian. I need to put a motion on the floor.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so motion passed.
Yes.
All right, so, Jill, will you get, I will ask Margaret tomorrow if she could get me some resumes. In the meantime, we will be looking for, a library director. Anything else?
Elizabeth James, a security guard who comes in after school, would like her pre-COVID hours reinstated. She'll work Monday and Wednesday from 3 to 9 instead of 3 to 5, which I think is a great idea since there is no security guard at night.
I think that's a great idea too. I would, put a motion on the floor to,
Reconsider hours.
yeah, to increase her hours. Who is gonna make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
And who second
I'll
it?
second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
So I could start that immediately.
Yes.
Okay,
Great. And then I wanted her to help out Ginger, but I realized, I found out that with the union, she's not allowed to do that
okay.
because she doesn't have a union title. So that'll be good. She'll be here at night.
Yes.
Perfect, because, she works so well with the kids. Jeff and Ginger are working on family movie days with the theme Oceans of Possibilities. That's our summer reading program this year. It's usually done by the state, so that's their theme. And I've attached a listing of some of the programs being planned for the summer and spring. Ray and Teresa attended a camp seminar, which was attached. It's the county and municipal personnel system that they have to get trained on. Every year, I think they go for updates. And NJLA and Book Expo will be in June, and the librarians will be able to participate if staffing allows. And this I really would like to pass tonight if we can. I'd like to eliminate the dollar fee associated with checking out DVDs. I think that's totally antiquated.
Yes, I agree.
So can we start like on Monday? Getting rid of the fine?
Yes, okay, all in motion. I would like somebody to make a motion to waive the $1 fee.
I'll make the motion to waive the fee.
I'll second the motion.
Perfect.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so,
Great.
okay, so.
All right, so that's my report.
All right, okay, so, the next on our agenda is comment from the public. Members of the public desiring to make a public comment may do so at this time. Please begin your comments by stating your name and address. Individuals are invited to speak on one topic at a time, and no individual will speak more than once until all individuals so desiring have spoken once. The public is reminded to ensure the efficiency and orderly operations of the meeting. Members of the public will limit their speaking items to 3 minutes. Any member of the public has anything to say? Yes.
Hey, Monica Smith, 169 Carson Court, Somerset, New Jersey. I have the floor. Thank you. So as not to interrupt my allotted time, kindly hold your answers until I have concluded my comments. Here is a copy of the questions for your convenience and to facilitate your answers.
Excuse me, this is not for questions. This is for comments. Please continue.
Thank you. New Jersey statutes annotated, 10:4-14, minutes of meetings, availability to public. Each public body shall keep reasonably comprehensible minutes of all its meetings showing the time and place, the members present, the subjects considered, the actions taken, the vote of each member, and any other information required to be shown in the minutes by law, which shall be promptly available to the public to the extent that making such matters public shall not be inconsistent with Section 7 of this Act. A, when and where will the minutes for the 9 previous meetings to this one be made available? B, when and where will
Excuse
the
me, I don't
minutes?
mean to interrupt, but again, this isn't for questions. This is for
Thank you, for
comments.
this meeting to be made available. With respect to the application for state library aid per capita for state fiscal year 2024, data year 2022, what is the nature of and total hours completed year to date of the continuing education required of the Board of Trustees? What is the library's
Please
municipal
stop asking
appropriation for
questions.
fiscal year 2022?
Excuse me,
Where's-
excuse me, excuse me.
Where is the board
Again,
president's
excuse
signed
excuse
oath
me.
of office extending her
Excuse
term
me.
beyond?
Okay, you're gonna have to sit down because you're not listening. I'm not trying to cut
I'm
you off.
asking them,
I'm just asking for you to comment and not, you're concerned clearly about the minutes, and that's fine.
Can I ask a question?
Mayor, no, please don't answer.
No, I'm not gonna answer, I'm gonna ask her a question.
No,
I was
don't
gonna
ask.
recommend
No,
that she,
no.
if she's a question, she was answering you for them.
Mayor? We appreciate the comments. We welcome comments. Clearly, you are concerned about the minutes, and we'll take that under advisement. Please
May I
use
continue?
your time.
I have 1 minute and 19 seconds
I'm not
left.
going to stop you for the time I'm talking, okay? I am checking. Go ahead, but please, just make sure you make the comments so we can take it under advisement without wasting the time with questions that is not appropriate for this time.
Okay.
Okay,
May I
thank you
continue?
very much.
May I continue?
Yes.
In conclusion, based upon both the advice I previously received from council and your answers here tonight, be advised it is possible that I will be pursuing the proper channels necessary to disseminate the information to the appropriate government officials and the press for their edification, illumination, and investigation. Thank you.
We do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thank you for the comments.
Okay, so, next meeting is scheduled for Monday, June 6, 2022.
Wait, somebody else has
Marlena,
something.
she's still on it.
Elizabeth, I'm sorry.
Elizabeth Scarf,
Yes.
1100 Stewart Place, Linden. I just want to add that we don't have a title for assistant director in our contract. And we don't also have any reference to seasonal workers. We do have part-time librarians, but we do not have anything that states seasonal. So this is something that has to be talked about, I believe, with the unions, because we don't have titles for those jobs.
So we're gonna have to cancel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nothing more.
We're gonna talk to Alan Roth tomorrow, labor relations attorney, labor relations specialist.
Okay. I have another comment if I can.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
Can I ask another one? All right, also, if you're gonna have art displays, I'm not sure whether we have a policy because people come in and they want to leave their display indefinitely, or maybe we have to determine if a display is appropriate and how long we can keep it there, and, there might be insurance matters involved. Maybe somebody brings in a piece of art that they feel is expensive and, might be damaged in some way. We need some kind of a policy that addresses those issues.
That is true.
Good point.
Any more comments from the public?
Yes, I have another topic, please. Do you need my name again?
We are limited on time tonight, so if you
Sure.
keep it short, just for another minute.
Absolutely. Typically, when policies are written, they are brought to the board and they go through 2 readings, then they are approved, and then they are posted for library policy. One person on a board does not write policy and get it posted publicly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so. All right, so, anything from you guys before we close this meeting? Mr. Mayor,
Motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn,
Motion.
Second.
who second?
I second.
Who did the motion to adjourn?
I did.
All right. And, all right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, the next meeting is scheduled for Monday, June 6th at 6:30 PM in the Columbia Room. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kim.
Oh, I didn't even see this.
Are you going?
Okay.
I'll be sent proposal.
Yeah, listen, I didn't even see this here.
Just do it, yeah, the same like time as
I'll be
NJLA.
here this time of July.
I'm like,
No.
I didn't even,
That was those issues.
okay, I didn't even see it until just now. I was not even told that I had.
And see you.
I will go.
But I would.
No, you're not really.